This got me kind of concerned. I know I talk a lot about Shiba Inu, but this is because I'm passionate about SHIB. So there is a lot of crypto opportunities right now in the Shiba Inu community, and one of them is, well, you all said it, it's Shiba Inu itself. So there is a ton of opportunities in the crypto space for SHIB. So that's where I find the real excitement for SHIB. Like there is gonna be more people wandering, coming in, playing around, and basically staying strong, right? In that sense. So that being said, what can Shiba Inu do that other tokens don't in that sense? And I do think there is going to be more people actually staying strong with Shiba Inu. They're still coming back in a sense. Like that's where I think the real excitement comes in for SHIB. So there are opportunities for sure. But right now, what I do think is SHIB. Where will it go? Where can it go in the next few days? So right now, 8 trillion being on the move, this could be actually bullish. So I'll keep you guys updated on what exactly this means.
I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody watching this today. I hope that you guys all enjoyed your days. I hope that you had a very Merry Christmas. And, thank you just for watching this video on Christmas Day. I mean, I think that's absolutely special that you're allowing me into your homes right now and watching and wanting to know what's going on with Shiba Inu coin. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. I want to briefly discuss once again what Satoshi is saying and kind of break down a little bit about that potential 99.9% burning of Shiba Inu coin. And we're going to be relating it to this 8 trillion SHIB token withdrawal. Now, that's a lot of Shiba Inu coin. And right off the bat, if that guy doesn't burn some of his, we'll never reduce the supply by 99.
So yeah, I think the big issue with a lot of these whales is most whales, they don't really want to burn their Shiba Inu. That's the problem. Why would they burn their SHIB? There's just no point, right? And I think this is where the problem becomes, like in reality, like a lot of people, they don't want to burn their SHIB. They don't want to stay strong in that sense. So that's where the problem really does arise, for that matter. Like, so there are going to be more people in this crypto space that are going to be like saying, okay, now it's time to get in. Now it's time to stay strong. But that being said, it does seem like we do have more of these whales coming in, more of these whales also selling. So I've been talking about Shiba Inu for the last 3 years, to the point where I burned myself out to sleep because there wasn't really any new updates, any new developments during the bear market. And at some point I stopped making SHIB videos in 2022, went on to Terra Luna Classic, because a lot of whales, they also moved on to Terra Luna Classic. But seems like now the whales, they're still there. They're still with SHIB active. The issue is, most of the whales are selling, and if we can fix that, I think this is where the real excitement comes in for SHIB. Like, majority of the whales right now with the Shiba Inu coin, they're not buying, and that is because they bought at a very low price, probably somewhere in 2020, and they're taking small profits without crashing the market. And this is exactly what we saw with everything happening in May 2022. A lot of these whales having 8 trillion, you can bet they did not buy it now, otherwise the price would explode and they would get it at a very high cost basis. A lot of these whales had, like, there's about, what, 40 trillion tokens right now. So someone has, no, there's actually 400 trillion, not 40 trillion. That's misinformation I had. But a lot of these tokens, in a sense, they really had a problem with the crypto markets, right? I think that's the problematic factor. So I am excited for SHIB. I do think there is potential, but there is a question here. Like, where will Shiba Inu go in that sense? How will it improve? What can it do better that other tokens cannot? And I think that's the cool factor here. Like, Shiba Inu has the potential to be a real game changer only if one of these whales decides to contribute. And obviously, if you are a Shiba Inu whale, I don't blame them, guys. Who would like sell all their SHIB? I certainly wouldn't, or not sell all their SHIB, but donate all their SHIB for a good cause. And who's to say they might not just, end up like nothing changing? So it could be also that nothing would have changed in that sense. if it was donated to a good cause. So that's where I think also the problem arose. Most people didn't want to keep their Shiba Inu strong. They didn't want to keep their SHIB in that factor. So I think this is where the problem was definitely there, in that sense that people just didn't want to sell their SHIB. They didn't want to like give it away, not sell, but actually give it away to a good cause. So let that kind of sink in right now. That is the massive problem Shiba Inu has, and a massive problem Shiba Inu might have in the foreseeable future. But for right now, I am honestly very excited in a sense that Shiba Inu does have like still strong major gains and possibility.
0.9%. So let's discuss it. If it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. If you guys,
I love these edits, but the issue is like most of the issues, like a lot of people have left Shiba Inu in a sense, like they have already given up on SHIB. I think this is that was like a issue people had with SHIB. Like so many people have left in 2021 when the money ran out dry, when the money wasn't there anymore. That's where a lot of people said, okay, now it's time to call it quits, right? So I think there's definitely still opportunities, however, to see SHIB growing stronger, growing faster. But it really does depend on where it will be in this bull run rally. So if this bull run rally doesn't perform well, you can bet it's not gonna like do anything like specific in the next bear market, because if it can't grow in the bull run, it can't grow in the bear market either. And I think this is the big problem right now.
total, just follow along and see the total down there. But let's discuss what's going on. Now, in a video I did a couple days ago, we talked about Shiba Inu coin. Yes, of course, that's like all the videos, right? But we talked about Satoshi saying that it is not impossible, meaning that it is possible to burn 99.9%.
This is not possible with the work that the Shiba Inu team currently is doing. I just don't see it realistic. And this is coming out from me. I'm very hopeful. I don't see this as a possibility to see like 99% burns. Why? Because the whales might not be burning 8 trillion. But if this whale does burn, which I find a very small chance, there's always been SHIB on the move. Why would they burn it? The price still wouldn't change. We need like 100 trillion burn, 25%. And this is going to be billions and billions of dollars. And the SHIB team isn't really supporting Shiba Inu burns. So who's really going to burn all their tokens if there's no token supply, if there's no incentive to burn? Like the SHIB team has always made it clear, yes, you can burn if you want, but we're not going to help you. And we're not going to do the burns either. That's not our problem. So it makes you really wonder, like, is this really what it has come down to? Again, like SHIB still has the opportunity, but what can it improve? What can it do better? That's my question.
% of the supply of Shiba Inu coin. Now, clearly, that's not going to be possible just through an Amazon link. It's not going to be possible just...
Yeah, so with the SHIB domains and all that, this is very clear. We're not going to be seeing those major price gains that people have been so excited about. They might not even be the real game changer in that sense. And I think this is the problem that we're seeing with SHIB. There just isn't that opportunity really just yet out there that a lot of people have been waiting for and hoping off. But this doesn't mean it's over for SHIB. It just means that it's going to take time, really. And it's going to take a ton of opportunity to see Shiba Inu grow again, in a sense. To see Shiba Inu actually become something big that we haven't seen before. It's going to take a long while. And that's not that problematic. Again, this is very much solvable. But the Shiba Inu team needs to do something. It needs to stay active. And it needs to stay strong with its updates. So that's something I'm excited about, in a sense. So there's going to be definitely opportunity in that sense, where I do think there is going to be more people joining in, having actual price gain rises, and there is going to be people staying around. But again, what can Shiba Inu do to improve these burns?
We can see some crazy burns. We just have to get everybody involved. Now, with this here, Shiba Inu sees 8 trillion token withdrawal. Shiba Inu cryptocurrency has seen an exodus of over 8 trillion tokens from exchanges. The meme-based digital asset Shiba Inu coin has experienced a substantial withdrawal from exchanges. Over 8 trillion Shiba Inu coin, have, with an estimated value of $88 million, have been moved out of known exchange wallets.
So this is good. I think they might end up holding these tokens. I don't know if they were bought or something, but this is definitely a good factor in that sense. This is definitely what people wanted to see. Shiba Inu basically growing for the long term, for the long run.
Since November. This event marks a significant shift in token distributions and could signal changes in investor behavior towards Shiba Inu coin. Transaction statistics breakdown. A closer examination of transaction count by size reveals diversified activity within the Shiba Inu trading community, according to end of the block data. Transactions ranging from as little as $0 to $1 showed an increase of 25.7% over the last 30 days. While larger transactions above $1 million rose by a staggering 150%. The highest recorded transaction volume in a single week was 15.34 trillion SHIB, amounting to 150.
So this is a very big transaction, and the reason why I'm a bit worried about Shiba Inu right now is it's nowhere near the point it was at its all-time high. So how can we get SHIB to where it was before? A lot of people just gave up and left. That's one of the major price drop changes. So how can you improve that? How can you make this better? In that sense, where can Shiba Inu just say, okay, now it's really time to do something, SHIB team, and try to get back on the next level bull market. And again, Bitcoin is still not at its all-time high, but if people can kind of have a $40 billion volume again, imagine the money. Right now we're at 300 million volume, which is a lot. It's definitely not a small amount, but it's definitely not a big amount either. There's other tokens, other meme coins coming into market, and Shiba Inu is getting really complacent in a sense of how it can improve, how it can become a better token. So that's where I find the problematic factor. A lot of people, they just ended up not staying in that sense. They just ended up deciding that maybe there's other better tokens that aren't necessarily SHIB. And I think this was the one of the driving forces of what happened with SHIB right now is a lot of people decided to just quit Shiba Inu, to not stay, to focus on other things in that factor. This is where I found the real problem to be with SHIB. There was so many of other content creators, all sorts of that, just deciding, okay, I'm done with SHIB. I'm focusing on other things. It's where the problem arose in that sense. So that being said, we do have more potential for SHIB growth. We do have more opportunities for SHIB. But there is going to be more of people also slowly deciding to leave SHIB. And the volume indicates that the whales are leaving. I don't know if they're going to keep this 8 trillion on the exchange. I don't know what's going to happen with the 8 trillion, but people are also buying other meme coins. It's not 2021 anymore. And a lot of people who stayed as retail in crypto and SHIB since 2021, you guys probably know me. I've been covering SHIB for a long time. I made a lot of views with SHIB. I made a decent I help the community with news, and this is where I really indicate it. And I also moved to other projects 12 times a day because I enjoy it. I love talking about crypto. I'm pretty well off, but I eat good bread. But the issue is SHIB hasn't really provided anything of sense right now to make people decide to stay in that factor. So that being said, if you want to guys be kept up to date with more Shiba Inu content, stay maybe subscribed, because that's something I do on this channel. But again, there is a lot of opportunities. There is a lot of possibilities for Shiba Inu to see some major growth. But I am really interested to see more of it, really. I do want to see like some sort of a massive bull run rally in that sense. That's where I really think the potential can start. That's where I really think the bull run markets can start. But Shiba Inu needs to change something. It needs to do something in that sense where nobody yet has seen that type of bull run.
$58.1 million. This distribution shows that both retail and large-scale investors are actively engaging with Shiba Inu coin, reflecting a varied demographic of participation. Yeah, dude, if you're going from $1 to over $1 million, up to $150 million, the diversification is real there. The DeFi tracking service, Look On Chain, has spotted a trend of accumulation by whales.
So yeah, there's more whales accumulating, but they might be also preparing for the massive bull run market, and they might end up selling a lot of it. So I think this is where the real problem arises.
Including Tron founder Justin Sun and other high net worth individuals. For instance, a new wallet labeled OXA656 moved 237 billion Shiba Inu coin from Binance, an action that mirrors growing confidence in Shiba Inu coin's potential. Meanwhile, two wallets possibly owned by a single investor acquired 850 billion SHIB.
So there's definitely people buying, which is good news for sure. That's like always, people buying is always going to be good news in a sense. So that's something I'm excited to hear. And there's really clear winners in that factor. Like crypto is going to win in the long run in that sense. And Shiba Inu is going to be basically staying for a lot of people around. So that's going to be, again, pretty cool. Everybody wins with SHIB growing, but how many of these whales will sell onto a coming bull run? And I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here. You know, someone saying, oh, SHIB is doing this, SHIB is doing that, and it's going to crash. I'm just saying this is what happened last time. After a Binance listing, after all these big listings, SHIB couldn't keep up the trend, and everyone sold at the top. And a lot of people, they kept holding the bag. So how can Shiba Inu change this time? What can developers learn? What can they do? How can they do these burns to make, you know, a massive change? Nobody knows, because the Shiba Inu team still hasn't done these type of huge burns to make some major changes. And I think this is where the problem came in.
Shiba Inu coin is seeing more search volume, and Shiba Inu coin is seeing higher trading.
I think it's saying this, like, I'm not trying to be, again, so negative, but every single token right now, it's growing. It's a bull run, as it should be. And this is where the big difference comes in. You know, like all of these coins, they are in fact, you know, having massive opportunities. They are in fact having price gains. They are like all growing in a sense. They are going to be improving. And this is where I think there is a lot of potential for crypto coins to see even more major growth.
Volume. And I believe that has a lot to do with two things. Number one, confidence returning to cryptocurrency in general.
So yeah, this is a very fair point. In general, crypto is returning, and Shiba Inu is one of those that will also grow. But if you guys want to be kept up more to date, be sure to smash that like button, and I'll keep you guys updated with more news. Till next time, peace everyone.